Russian tortoise. His name is Amy. It's a boy. The reason why his name is Amy is because when I got it was 6 years ago. When I got him, the guy said it was a girl. So I named it Amy, and 4 years later, I was interested in breeding them. So I never did get to breed them. Here's Amy, my high gold Russian. Carapace. Plastron. Very nice tortoise. This is my very first tortoise.
What's up, guys? So today is a pretty sad day, especially for me, but at the same time it's a really happy day because my Russian tortoises are finally going somewhere where they can be reproduced to help raise the captive numbers of Russian tortoises. And if you don't know, that's actually exactly the reason why I started to grow this group, and throughout the years I've actually tried to reproduce Russian tortoises every single season. I've been trying to breed Russian tortoises for about, I want to say 4-5 years now. Of course my group has gotten bigger and has gotten smaller and then it's gotten bigger again, but as it stands now, I have a 2.3, so 2 males, 3 females. All of them are breeding size except for Amy, which is this little guy. He's actually what you'd call a dud. He's just in here for competition for the male that can actually do the breeding, because that helps with success. When you have 2 males that can fight and there's competition, it really helps. But here's Amy. Now, a cool thing about Amy is I had Amy longer than I've had any of my other turtles before. I've had him close to 10 years now, and that doesn't seem to grow a whole lot, but that's okay. He's been healthy all 10 years. He's never been sick in my care, so I have a feeling that he's going to do great where he's going. We're going to take a look at all the tortoises. I have one Russian tortoise you guys haven't seen yet, just because I got it, and then I'm going to be shipping them off to their new forever home. So I didn't bother to introduce when it's just going to be going off away in just a few days. So let's take a closer look at all the Russian tortoises, and I'll explain a little bit more about what's going on. So the Russian tortoises are normally outside at this time of year. They were actually outside just about yesterday. I did bring them in to the box turtle enclosure just because it's 6 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark out, and I wanted you guys to be able to see the tortoises. So this is not their regular enclosure, and there's normally a water bowl and everything in here. But let's take a closer look at the tortoises before we ship them off. So here's Amy. This guy is an OG of all the turtles and tortoises. Yes, it is a male, even though its name is Amy. It's kind of a long story, but basically the guy at the store told me it was a female, so I named it Amy thinking it was a female, and then when I wanted to start breeding them, I discovered that it was a male. So that's kind of how Amy got its name. Clear eyes. The beak is a little overgrown, however I did try to trim it up a little bit. I don't know how good of a job I did, but I did try. But here's Amy. Small male, about 4.5 inches. And let's move on to the next male. All of these tortoises are going to a place in Northern California. They're going to be added into another group of Russian tortoises that have already been established and reproducing for the past few years. So I know they're going to fit right in. This is Hank. This is the male that's actually going to do the breeding. You can tell by the size of his tail. He's a big guy. He's a bull of a Russian tortoise, that's for sure. Super healthy. I love this tortoise so much because he was taken so good. He had very good care, and you can tell that by the growth on his shell, how smooth it is. I'm really sad to let this guy go because it's hard to find Russian tortoises, male Russians, that are actually breedable. A lot of them are that size, and you have to wait a few years for them to get bigger, like this guy. But this is Hank. You see his plastron. You see how healthy they all are. But I'm really, really sad to let all these guys go. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you guys are disappointed too. But guys, you have no idea what I'm feeling right now. I've had these guys for so long. Russian tortoises used to be like my thing, and then I got the box turtles. Oop. Alright, so this is Lily. If I can hold her, she's gonna scramble around. This is Lily. She's a female Russian, about just a hair over 6 inches. Take a look at those nice, clean, crisp eyes. How healthy she is. Got her from a reptile rescue. Really great female. This one has so much personality. Take a look at the plaster on there. So pretty, and their shells are a little dusty right now, so they don't really shine a whole lot, but you can kind of see that little bit of shine. But there she is. And this is also a good record for me, so I know what they look like before I ship them off. So if something, which I'm not saying it will, but if something happened during shipping, I have the record of what they all look like, how healthy they were beforehand. There's Lily. Then next we have this girl. This is Missy. She's the biggest in the group. This girl is a personality. This girl I'm so sad to leave. I'm so sad to part with because she's so big. She's got so much really cool captive growth on her, you can see. And she has such an amazing personality. She's always the first to run up to you, if it's outside or in here. But you can tell she's quite big too. She's about 7.5 inches long. But she's got that little toad. She got like a little toad butt going on, which is kind of cute. But we're gonna look at plastron now. You can see her beak's a little overgrown. That's how she was when I got it, but it's not to the point where it bothers her. But there she is. Nice clear eyes as well. She is doing great. I'm gonna miss all these guys so much. And this is a new one. This is Samantha. I got just a few days ago. You can tell right off the bat she has a little bit of shell problem. That's just because how she was kept. She was kept in a plastic container for most of her life, but she was fed the right diet, so she's got a lot of growth here, a lot of new growth. Her shell actually looks, kind of pretty, but you can't tell in the front. She has a little bit of MBD, metabolic bone disease. It might be from a lack of UVB, but she is 6 inches, just like Lily, and she is breedable. Despite her shell appearance, the inside of her inside health looks pretty good. You can see she's actually shedding right now. See all the scales coming off. But her shell is pretty pretty as well. Take a look at her plastron. There, got a little bit of poo. But yeah, she's looking great. Samantha, I know you're new to the group here, but you're going to go to California. You're going to live the rest of your life in idealistic environment. So there she is. Haven't had her a whole long time to be able to tell exactly what her personality is like, but I'm sure it's a great one. Here they all are. Again, super sad to leave these, but it's for the greater good. My whole reason to collect these Russian tortoises and try to breed them was to reproduce them. I haven't had any success with that, and my opinion is because of my natural environment in Ohio. When it's warm enough for them to be outside, it is so humid and hot. The humidity is what gets them. They're not really supposed to have a whole lot of humidity. It's so humid, and they can only be outside for a few months. They're inside 7 months out of the year at least. So they're only outside for a few months, and when they are outside, it's really humid and really hot, and it's like in the middle of the summer. So where they're going, it's a much more idealistic environment, just that alone. So we're gonna say goodbye to these guys. Just a little recap. This is Lily, this is Hank, this is Missy, this is Amy, this is Samantha. All of them going off to their brand new homes in California. Brand new home, I should say, in California. So let's pack them up. We'll get them shipped off.